and thanks for joining me today. I hope you're doing well. I have another unboxing of the Crafter's Companion box number 22, and this is all about sparkle ink. And I have to admit, I'm not super familiar with the Crafter's Companion media, so I don't even know what sparkle ink is. So it's one of the reasons that I wanted to get this box kit and something I'm very excited to use because I've never even heard of sparkle ink, so I'm kind of curious to see what it's all about. The box does say that it can make a minimum of 16 cards, but in reality, all that really means, or at least all I take it to mean, is that they have provided 16 card blanks and matching envelopes because these kits are super generous, and I have found that there are plenty of supplies in here that will last far and beyond the 16 cards that they advertise. You just need to create more card bases as you go. So I have already taken a peek inside just to pull some things out to make it a little bit easier for me to show. And where I like to start is with the card blanks. And when I open a new kit to kind of prepare for my flip videos, what I like to do is just pull out one of everything so that I have some place to start, and at least I can see everything that comes in the kit, and generally that's enough for me to make a handful of cards and still have supplies left over. So with the card blanks, what we get, and I say this on every unboxing, but I think it's something to be noted because I do think, and I haven't tried all of the craft kits out there, but I do think it's rather unique that Crafter's Companion does offer card blanks in various sizes and shapes. So in this case, you're getting two different sized square cards. That the larger of the two is 6x6, and the smaller of the two looks like it's 4x4. And then what I have found is in all of the kits, they also include 5x7s and US standard A2 size, which is 4¼ by 5½. So a lot of different styles of card. A lot of times you'll even get things like easel cards, which are already pre-scored and folded. And I've also seen those sort of shadow box diorama card blanks. So a lot of fun stuff. In this kit, they also have provided some watercolor paper, and you get a nice stack of them, and they do appear to be correlated to the card sizes. So let's see. This looks like it's a nice matte layer for maybe a focal background, and so maybe your sparkle inks are meant to create backgrounds. So that matches up with the A2 size. Then there's this small one that looks like it's a perfect matte layer for the 4x4. This looks like it matches up with the 6x6. So, and then the large one, this probably goes for your 5x7. So I really am impressed most of the time with these boxes and just how well curated and thought out they are, because they really think about everything that you might need to put, whatever novel product they're introducing to the best use. And often they'll include special things like watercolor card or acetate or whatever tools you need. So very cool. Then you also get some die cut sentiments also in the watercolor cardstock, and it does look like you get 2 sheets with the same die cuts. That's really nice because one of the other kits that I used, I think it was the Aqua Marker kit, it only had one sheet of sentiments, and that one sheet I think only had maybe 6 or 8 sentiments on it. So it is really nice that they've included more sentiments per sheet, but also 2 sheets, because this will definitely get you through the 16 cards no problem. And I love the fonts that they choose for their sentiments. So this is really cool. I'm gonna save, presumably this is the ink. It says inks and pipettes. I'll save that for last. Oh, look, see, speaking of tools and stuff, you do get a spritzer bottle, and then you get, oh, this is, I didn't open this, but let me show the solid color cardstock. So there is no pattern paper in this particular kit, but that's not too surprising because my guess is that you're supposed to use the inks to sort of create your own backgrounds, and the solid color cardstock is probably meant to be kind of your mattes and layers. Really nice range of colors. I kind of feel like some of these are a little too close in shade or hue, but otherwise a really nice spread. And you don't get a ton of cardstock, but this is still going to be more than enough for well past 16 cards. This is definitely something different and interesting. It's watercolor resist cards, and these, I'm guessing, have some embossing on them, which is a really fun technique. And it comes in 2 sizes, so this looks like it's a perfect size for an A2 card. Oh, it's exactly A2. So that would take up your entire card front if you were to use it and not trim it down any. This is probably a little bit hard to see on camera, but there is an embossed image of a really large flower. This looks gorgeous. Oh, I'm almost a little scared to use this. I might... Oh, okay, so there's at least 2. So that's kind of nice. That's so pretty. I'm afraid I'll mess up. This is a really large feather, and there are 2 of those. Oh, I'm so glad they provided 2 of each. And this is several large size butterflies, and it's stamped off of the card, so you get that really nice kind of background paper effect. That's really pretty. These look like they are going to be for our 6x6 cards, and again, it is going to take up the full card front if you don't trim it down. This is really pretty. It's dandelions with some of the like as if somebody blew on the dandelions and they started to the stems started to kind of fly. So that's really pretty. Uh-oh. I don't think these are duplicated. I'll have to be careful. Okay, so yeah, these are all unique. So this is a zigzag pattern, and it's all over. I know it's hard to really see what's going on here. And then this is just a dotty pattern that is almost like snowfall, but not really, because it's just too perfect, because it's dots at an angle. I might actually start with one of these because it's kind of a more plain background. This one is it looks like kind of swirls and just an all over circle swirl pattern. Oh, this one looks more like snow. It's more kind of a random irregular dots. So that's kind of cool. And then, oh, this one's pretty. This is a huge butterfly. So there's a big butterfly in this. I mean, it goes from here, edge to edge here, edge to edge there, and it's a little bit stamped off the edges. That's really pretty. What's really cool is that you get these watercolor resist cards, and if you've never done this technique before, it's kind of a nice introduction because it's already prepared, and then on top of that they've given you this nice healthy stack of watercolor paper and obviously some stamps too, and so you can always do more of this technique if you really enjoy it. And you can't, I don't think you can replicate exactly everything here, although maybe you can. Let's check out the stamps and see. So, whoa, that's a huge butterfly stamp. In one of the previous kits, there was a really large stamp. I think it was the aqua marker. This is 4.5 inches wide, the wingspan on this butterfly. That's amazing. This is a huge butterfly, and it's maybe well, if I take it from here, it's 3 3/4 tall. That's amazing. That's a huge butterfly. So this is not quite as big as the butterfly that's stamped onto the watercolor resist card, but with such a large butterfly, you could use one of the provided smaller panels and then recreate something very similar. So like this is the largest square panel that they provide in the kit, so it's you know, perfect for recreating that one. So this one we know we can sort of recreate. This dotty pattern one, oh, that's interesting. This little pattern here, that is very similar to that first dotty pattern, this one. Smaller dots though on here. And that's kind of similar to it too. So you could, it looks like they've provided some, when I see stuff like this, it sort of reminds me of collage mixed media style backgrounds, and so you can definitely kind of combine some of these stamps to create an interesting background. And this is a nice feather. I know there was a feather watercolor resist also. This feather is a lot larger, of course, but you could use one of your smaller watercolor cards and maybe do like a background full of feathers. And there's actually two feathers on this stamp set, so you could kind of recreate that. And we've got some flourishes, some small butterflies, so you can sort of recreate the multi-butterfly background with the smaller butterfly stamp, or a combination of the two. Really cool. I really like this stamp set. It's the largest butterfly stamp that I have now. These box kits keep breaking records in terms of my butterfly stamp collection. It seems every box has a butterfly stamp in it, and every time it's something that is new or different. So these boxes were the first ones where I had like a nice butterfly silhouette stamp where it was just solid, and this is the largest butterfly stamp that I have. I mean, you can even see the butterfly's face. So cool. Very neat. Okay, love that. And then this is kind of messy, but I'll just dump that in. Then the other stamp set that comes, ooh, this is really cool. So there are 2 fairies, and I don't have any fairy stamps. I have 5 nieces, and surprisingly, no fairy stamps. So these I can definitely put to good use making cards for my nieces. So I think they'll love that. And here is a dandelion. And in one of the other kits, there were other dandelions too. So I think the aqua marker kit actually. And so you can kind of recreate one of those backgrounds that has the multiple dandelions. So that's really nice. And this does have some sentiments. Not a ton, but I do like that they went more with images this time than with sentiments, because a lot of their kits are pretty heavy on the sentiments, and even though I always love their sentiments, especially their choice of fonts, because I love when they do this combination where they'll use like a standard sans serif or serif font, and then they use a scripty font that really brings emphasis to one of the words in the phrase. So here they have thank you, they have you are so loved, and I love how the you are so is kind of nestled in there, and then make a wish. And this one's really sweet. Raindrops are like fairy whispers. That's really cute. So I guess one of these, okay, so this sort of dotty background, I guess that's meant to be rain. So that probably goes with that card. And then you get this nice flower stamp as well. So, and then, you know, some little foliage and sprays and stuff. Really nice. I love both of these stamp sets. They're really pretty cool, and a lot of unique things that I don't already have. So I'm always really happy to see that. And then the main event for this box kit. Oh, interesting. So this is probably only the second box. I'm not a subscriber, so I don't have all of the boxes, but I have been really enjoying these box kits. So whenever I find it on sale somewhere, I buy it. So at this point, I do have a fair number of them, and this is only the second kit where there's no satin ribbon and there's no flat back pearls, which I guess is okay because this seems like a lot of ink. So let's see. Yeah, wow. Okay, so then you get 4 pots of ink. I don't know if this is sample size or full size because I'm not familiar with this product line, but it seems like a lot, whether it's a sample or a full size. So this one is glitter ink. Is that the name? Oh no, all of them are glitter ink. Okay, so then where's the color? Sorry, I'm so unfamiliar. Okay, this is crystal clear, which does make sense because the suspension liquid is clear and the mica, well, I don't know, I guess it's glitter. The glitter is sort of a silver white. And anytime I see stuff like that, I always think it's mica, but I guess in this case it must be glitter. Then there's a yellow. So yeah, the suspension liquid is, which I guess is the, is it like a pigment in there? I'm not sure. So this is called Moonlight. And really pretty kind of yellow glitter. It does look a lot like mica at the bottom here. And then there's a pink. This kit harkens back a lot to that aqua marker kit because the aqua marker shades were also a yellow, a pink, and sort of this aqua blue. So the pink shade is called Pink Garnet. Ooh, that's pretty. I am really excited to try these. And then the blue is Aquamarine. And yeah, that's gorgeous. So there is a little agitator ball inside. So you can, I guess you're supposed to really give it a good shake so that all of that glitter and stuff gets dispersed and equally suspended in the solution. And I'm guessing that you can mix these to create new colors because that was the case with the aqua markers, which even though they only give you the 3 markers, because they're giving you the primary colors, you can always mix them and create your secondary colors. So that's really cool. And then this clear is, I'm guessing the clear might be a little bit like your Wink of Stella, perhaps, where it just is meant to give some extra sparkle without adding color. So this is gonna be one where I'm gonna have to watch some videos and see how best to use these, because especially since some of these the watercolor resist panels are one of a kind in this kit, I don't want to mess those up. So I usually try not to watch too many videos because I don't want to accidentally take somebody else's idea, just because it sort of imprints on my brain. I would never try to intentionally replicate without giving credit, but you know how sometimes you see something and it just sticks in your brain, and whether you know it or not, all of a sudden, it's propping up in your work. But there are these 4 pipettes, which I guess you kind of use to bring some of this beautiful ink out. So this is gonna be fun. I really have been enjoying mixed media and playing with different media, so I really am excited to try this this line of sparkle inks. So very, very cool. And I don't miss the fact that they had to cut the ribbon and the flat back pearls from this kit, if that's what it took to kind of give us everything that we needed, like the pipettes, and I'm guessing you can create some shimmer sprays. So or maybe you're meant to put this down on the paper and then spritz it with water. I'm not sure. This is one of those things where I'm definitely going to need to avail myself of the education that is always provided along with these kits, because the crafterscompanionbox.com website is dedicated just to these kits, and they have unboxing videos as well, and they have videos of their presenters and designers who create cards using the box kit, so that you have some inspiration. And also they teach you how to use some of the things in the box, especially if they are introducing a new technique. So this is definitely a case where I just need to learn a little bit more about sparkle inks before I just dive in, because I'm all about just kind of playing and experimenting, but especially on those panels that already have the resist image, I definitely want to really make the most of those and not just play around with them, since you only get the one. So super excited to dive into this. I'm probably gonna watch some videos, like I said, first, and hopefully get myself a little bit up to speed on this media type, and then I'll be creating a flip video where I make at least 1 flat, 1 layered, 1 interactive, and 1 pop-up card. So until then, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Thank you so much. Bye.